everybody. Winter is finally here. What a year it's been. And it's almost time to look forward to the year ahead of us. But for now, get cozy, spend time with loved ones, and of course, listen to some sweet, sweet music. See you next year, Chillville.
Hello, hello. So yeah, this is that time again. So basically, I don't have like any schedule for like streaming today, but this is a request, hence I have to adhere the request. Uh, Tonight I'm going to be drawing a concept of like a character, but mostly I will be doing this with my microphone off, since well, it's playtime. Like everybody's, my kids are playing, and it can be like really loud when it comes to things. So I don't want to disturb things for everyone. And thank you so much, Chris. Appreciate you, baby. Yep. So it's just those type of things, you know. So let's see. If things get a little bit hectic, maybe I will turn the microphones off. But if it's not, then I'll keep it running just in case you guys like are hanging out and have some question and whatnot. But let's do this. Oh man, quite an evening. So you all. So I got a couple of like things going on in my head, but as per usual, when it's all about like making your characters, right? Uh, just want to make it simple, you know, like really want to know what kind of characters are you going to go with, and then the type of character itself, like how detailed it's going to be, and stuff like that. And there will be like a lot of components into that. But I suggest when you start doing this kind of things, you want to always, what you call it, be mindful, you know, don't get too crazy. See, the man himself's already in the chat right now watching. So yeah, let's switch the camera, like an angle thingy. Switch. There we go. Everything ready. I have to go off camera here and there, but yep. So I got my blank canvas here. I'm just going to be playing around with like some silhouettes. So this new Photoshop can be really, really crazy. Ah, Chris, it's not work related. This is fun also related. Maybe you can also be part of this, Chris. Help us making up the models for this one. See, not too crazy. That's two. Not too crazy. Play around with a couple of shapes in there. Like I seriously don't know what kind of character we're gonna get. Them to like just play around with some rough shapes. So Well, you should, Chris. Yep. You got three. Like I said, like I'm really, really considerate when it comes to like making characters. Like some people, they love to just make a lot of like thumbnails and stuff, but me, like I always like tone it down to like okay, three, it's good enough. Because I'm lazy, and sometimes lazy is good. So I have these three characters. I can just now split it. All I do is just like cut and paste. Okay, let's go with the first character, the normal one. Usually I use something that's like hard and doesn't have anything to brush I'm using, so I can like fill things up easy. So basically, after I got my silhouette or whatever it is, you know, I take a little bit like a touch up on that silhouette so it can make like a little bit more sense when it comes to shape. I think for our genetic guy person, this should be good enough. The goal for this one is so this one can be like really simple to model, right? So again, like usual, so the modeler will not have like problems later when interpreting this shape. I still need to work on the details of it, and like for a genetic human, I think this is good enough. And again, later when we finish with all of this character needs to be able to get what you call it, modified, right? Like modified in terms of like armors, maybe like helmets and stuff like that needs to be like switchable within the character. So we need to make the character as generic as possible, so it's not like too complicated and all. I don't know what the character is like look like, but I get the overall silhouette, and that's like good enough for me. So we can start moving with the next one. This guy is going to be a little bit, well, like same height. This guy is like a little bit plump, the healthy side. And plumpier guy tends to have like a little bit like, you know, bigger hind also. So that's why play around with this idea. Not that big, but you know, it's kind of okay, muscular sumo type of dude. Exactly, yo. Accurate. We got the belly area, but we still need to build up a little bit that torso. Because, well, it needs to be like big, you know? Dude's supposed to be like fighter type. So just define your bit, guessing. Like this is most of the time, like when it comes to character, it's a guessing game for me. You know? Doesn't matter, it might look good, it might not look that good, but that's why you have digital painting there, so you can always like fix things later. Don't get too attached to your drawing, so it won't hurt you later. But also, don't waste your time either, you know? Making too perfect of a drawing and then in the end it's going to be like scratch and not used. Yeah, that's problematic. Thicker guy tend to have like thicker neck also, so I'm gonna play with that idea. Oh, there we go. Oh yeah, we get that. Second one. Kind of like this guy. Just be mindful of where things should be, you know, like if you got the glutes and stuff like that, make sure your anatomy is a little bit correct when it comes to like doing characters, so we won't like basically fuck you in the end. You don't want that, you don't want that. But just be mindful, okay? Again, you got your eraser, you got your pen, use that. I always do that. Flip, flip, flip. Erase this, erase that. Okay, so we got this guy. This guy's looking a little bit okay, a little bit bigger than our regular guy. So let's see with the third one. This one, it's not supposed to be like this though. I thought this guy is going to be a little bit on the juicier side, you know, with the meat and everything. So let's bulk him up a little bit. I'm gonna make him a little bit taller, so it's taller than our regular guy. Because, well, he's big. So let's play around with that idea. More slender-ish. Right, tall. But I don't want like a tall guy, just a normal tall guy, because like you can always stretch this one and make him taller. Meanwhile, this one, I want the volume of it. We need 3 different characters, so that's what we're going to do. This is more like, you know, those Red Sonja, Arnold Schwarzenegger kind of stuff, you know? So, play around with that, shall we? Make it bigger. Even bigger. Yeah. Start shaping it. Oh. Use your eraser, man. This one is bigger. Bigger in better. Also with the arms, we can't work with this kind of arm, so we need to reimagining them. So I'm just going to grab this, make them disappear. To work with some kind of new arms for him. Since dude's is big, like the torso is on the wider side also. I need to work this out a little bit. See? Already like some changes there. Thicker neck, jaw. Oh, see the difference there? Kinda like it. Fill him in. Add more volume to the thigh. Oh. Like on the big side also. I can see, yeah. Yeah, exactly. Like swole stuff. Because we need to push always when it comes to our silhouettes, right? Because if we don't push our silhouette, then there won't be like a noticeable differences between the things that we draw. And this is not exaggerated enough, actually. Like I really want him to be a little bit like on the thin side, on the bottom, so like that of a Gaston guy from Beauty and the Beast. But look at here, right now we have like something, at least, right? It's alive. It's alive. And this is like not a really good example when it comes to like this. So I made a mistake. Well, not a mistake per se. I just don't like what I see. So I'm just gonna delete this thing and just be creative and just flip this shit out. So go there, Control T, flip it, yeah. There we go. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy, Japanesey. There we go. So now we got a little bit better. Yes, yes, Johnny Bravo, that kind of stuff. Okay, so the wing, big band got wing. Yeah, this is like Joel, 100% Joel. Like really accurate. Alright, so let's combine everything on the middle a little bit so we have our characters straight to there. Usually after I made this kind of stuff, right, I usually go ahead and create like another layer. And what I do here So I will create like a horizon for them, for all of them, so they can like be grounded. That's, I think, like in my case, most of the time, like this is really really necessary because I go too crazy, and sometimes it's really really hard to maintain our character's location, because even though, oh sorry about that, even though you're looking at this one from the front, my character is not exactly like doing a perfect T-pose like that. This is like maybe 3/4, because I love to draw things in 3/4. It's easier, so like the modeler can see what I'm doing, you know. They can guess what's happening behind them, so I don't have to start drawing things from the back. So right now I got these three guys. I'm gonna start shaping up the first one again, because I want this one from some flatter side also. See, just a little bit of trim over there. We already have like a really different physique for this guy. Like this one also, like I need to play with the chunkiness of it, so I'm going to switch layer to make this guy a little bit bulky, and this is okay. Not going to make this guy like extra large or whatever, but looking at this silhouette, it would be just make him a little bit justice, make him a little bit taller and thicker on the sides, yeah. So now we got something, something. There we go. Nice. What's up? Hello. Thank you for being here. Okay, what I did there, just like press control, adjust characters and everything. They're already now in the same plane-ish. Now, so let's just drop them. Third guy, drop them. Then go ahead over there, grab something, press your shift. And then you trim them. Now they're like flat, so that's good. Exactly. So that's what I compensate for the bigger guy, because I know like bigger guy and you have like belly and everything, so most likely like pants and everything is going to be held by the belly area. So that's what I want. Meanwhile, on this one we can just like play around, but you're correct. I should adjust this guy. Okay, and that's good. And that's really good. Cool. So now it's time to like actually have fun with this guy, because we already have a silhouette. What I'm going to do right now, I'm just going to duplicate these three layers, put them into like one folder, set them aside as a backup, hidden of course. So that's what I always do. Made a backup, then I can safely flatten this thing out. So now they're on like similar layer, easier for me to work with. So later if I'm about to make changes, it should be easier. Like these kind of rigging won't be that much of a problem, yo, because well, I mean like the scale is like that, so it's all about pulling up the bones. Won't be that much of a differences when it comes to rigging. So basically, from what I'm seeing right now, this is just like a different interpretation of like body types, but the base body is the same, so to say. But again, this is like the first iteration of the characters. We can always come in with something else. But let's try to play around, shall we? So if I'm about to, again, I'm gonna duplicate this because I'm really careful when it comes to this kind of stuff, right? I already duplicated this one. I'm gonna play around with their shapes. This is what usually I did. So I select like the central line between white and black. So I choose a color in the middle, right? It's a mid-tones. So I select them all, grab them all, and then just do that, right? So now I have a mid-tones. And now in this mid-tones, I can just start locking my layer. So now the layer is locked. So if I choose something actually darker than this, so it's locked, yeah? So that's what I'm gonna do. It's easy. Let's start with this guy, for example. Not like the best, but let's say this guy have like a, what you call this thing? Like a wrap. Leg wraps. Yes, so it's easy when it comes to this. All right. So we have that. Now we define the, before we start defining the body, of course, like some people, they will work their characters up from their anatomy first, like where the chest at and everything. But dude's going to be like kind of semi-naked anyway, So that's why I'm just starting this way, so we can see the differences between most of the things. So for example, this on the chest, I can play around and maybe play the tone a little bit, just make a base sketch. There we go. You got a chest over there. Not a good looking one, but it's, well, you can see that, right? So that should be good. Then you have like separation also. Yeah, that looks okay. I'll make it easy on some stuff. And now it means we got like all the pants and everything happening going down here. So maybe we'll play around with the idea of pants, some kind of pants type, but fuck pants. Like I'm going with what you call it? Tunic. This can be like easily rigged later, so I won't touch this thing so much. Then you can go with like with this kind of color. You can play around with the tones, so help out yourself and stuff. So define some shading, right? So people can notice where your depth is. And that's what I'm doing right now. So okay, there will be depth, there will be like some shadow happening. Just make it easy for yourself. You can always tweak them out later. Again, this is digital, so ladies and gentlemen. You can always Ctrl Z things. Alright? Like over here, see? Before there was like no neck at all, and then like, and right now you have a lot of things happening over there. Just using some lines in different colors. Now that's what you do. Go easy with yourself, and this is only like a round brush, But this is what I'm going to do because to make it easier for the modelers to like model this guy later, it's going to define some lines, make it easier for them to check where is the group of the face that they should model, which one to push, which one to pull. If I know better, like Chris, for example, he can easily model this thing, hopefully. I'm just like putting all the beliefs in him, even though it's wrong. But yeah. Because, I mean, if Chris cannot handle this, then he should quit. Yeah. You're under my authority now, boy. So you need to be able to model this kind of character correctly. But look at that, right? From our silhouette, we get like some generic guy. This is something that we can actually use for the character later. And this is like how our character is going to be look like. So that's the base. Bit longer, so it looked like a underpants. Switched into like some a bit darker color, so right. So all this like bald models, no clothing, no everything, like everything just that needs to be like sticking in with the silhouette itself. You put it there, like right now. Make it easier for you later. Just push some shading. Exactly. How hard could it be? But again, when it comes to like modeling this thing, right? This is like a tip also for like modelers. When you read some thing like this, right? So define them on like what kind of shape they have. So it'll be easier for you to actually work. You already have all this shape here, you know? So really easy. Like seriously, how hard can it be? You have all of this divine. This it's your awareness that we needed here, you know? Like, do you aware enough to actually read this kind of like messages from the geometry, right? Because hell, I can read this one. You're a 3D artist. You need to be able to read this thing better than me. So look at this. All of this. I mean, it's doable. It's readable. All right. So that's the tip. Later, from if you're like you're a 3D modeler, start reading like the volume of the models. You know, from the 2D sketches. Not necessarily you need like a full turnaround and like those kind of things. But I mean, you're good enough and you know it. All right. So let's work on our next guy. This guy also have like some wraps happening. But maybe a little bit of pretty there. I can always feel this thing, but you know, like I said, I'm lazy. Because you need to have your limitation what good enough is, Chris. I mean, like, what is good enough? Is it functional? Is it usable? Then, if it's usable and functional, then it's good enough. That's what I'm saying. So don't torture yourself with like simple things like that. So dude needs to be like also bulky, but you know, like them titties need to be like a bit hanging. We want that. We want them good old titties. There we go. I just like in stream I can say whatever I want, you know, like in classes and stuff. Need to mind my language and stuff. Here I can say tig old bitty. So that's why I'm trying to add also here when it comes to like my model. Like usually I shape them around here and there, so to make the my artists like easier understand like what kind of shapes that they are facing, you know. Oh, no, no, my stream is not for kids, adult only. No, I don't want to get like responsible with like the kids and everything, man. Like mine is like PG-13. Oh, kids in the background. Nah, that's fine. They're occupied. See, dad knows better. They'll be speaking Swedish anyway, soon. So that's why. I like all of my kids when they have like a TV and everything, they have headsets on. And that's like how smart I am when I come to like this kind of things, you know. So I compensate. So we got the girl over here like playing with her Switch, headsets on. Then we got the boy also playing with the TV, headsets on. So right, shading here and there. So there we go. That one. Also like maybe a little bit same feature with that one. So we got this. Now we got this Easter Island statue going on. We can play around with the mouth if there we need some mouths or no. I think that should be like good enough. But yeah, we got that. See, it's enough, you know. Like that's profile enough. So if you zoom out, you got those dudes like you know this one is a little bit looking down, and that one have like a little bit because like I make this one nose a little bit like shorter and everything, so it get like a fullness within the face. So that's going to be like the basic. But imagine, let's say we have like a new layer here, right? And then we're gonna play around with another like customization. Look at this. Like we have this generic character, and now let's put like something. Let's add things. Just go crazy with things. Like seriously, how cool is that? over that like normal faces and everything. Let's get some Genghis Khan action over there a little bit. So we have like a lot of like things that we can actually give on top of this, but we need to start the shape, like the background shape. It all needs to be a little bit not perfect, but well, helpful to your foreground layers. Like this guy can be Chris, for example. That's how Chris look like. Some raggedy ass beard. Love how I can like play around with my models, like even though it's not finished. But that's how I saw Chris. Look at that. I mean, a lot of combination that we can do. Maybe this dude gonna have like a mohawk or whatever. And that's how we play around with our characters later. And it's really fun, you know, because endless possibilities, right? But again, for now, we need to be able to like determine like how they're going to look like in the back. So always focus on that first. Okay, let's continue. I don't think we got like anything else needs to be added to this guy. It looks okay. Just a little bit of definitions and stuff. Make things easier again for the modeler. Work with your modelers, guys. Like, be considerate. You start drawing things, or even you're going to like do this by yourself, you need to always be considerate on how the shape is going to help you later. You know, like sometimes like this kind of like lines, it helps, you know, this kind of like angles on lines, it helps to create like overall shapes, even though it's not there. So that's what you should do. So now, well, got the big guy finished, right? So maybe I can be good with this one and later send it out to you so you can work with like really rough initials, man. Like this is what we're trying to do, right? We're gonna get our silhouette correct. So this is what we're doing. We got this. So the game can go. Okay, this guy, I'm going to make him a little bit like, you know, Master of the Universe type of Conan. And play around with the arms also. Right now I want to play with the arms because he's just different. Alright, arms good. And then what else? Oh, that's not good. Like this is like too thick. So just like that. That's good, right? Like look at this guy's in his speedo and shit. So this is good though. Right? Almost a lot of like modelers can already imagine how the silhouette or the shape, like the 3D shape, is going to be. Exactly, ready for the beach season. And now we got the what you call it, the skull, because we need this. But look at this, it's like really easy to tone later, you know, if you're a 3D modeler. Go with the face first because like there's something I really want to get clear over here. Oh. So now the 3D modeler can already see like which angle this is from, and they should be able to get what's happening like in the other side. So even though we're only showing this eye, they kind of like the face of the shape of the face is kind of obvious, right? So yep, they can figure it out later. And never doubt your 3D modelers, guys. Like when you ended up like working with 3D modelers, never give like a single doubt with them. You know, you can always like give them input so they can work better, but don't ever doubt them. Guys, well, they're there for you. Like this head is a little bit weird, but well, that's what I want. This guy's different, and if you got mouth in here, look at this, especially when the mouth is like here, like I get a chopper. You have that, you know, like just looking at that dude. This one is a little bit weird shape, so I'm wrong for putting these lines, you know. So apparently we need to work from this part first. Everything in here is like messed up, so apparently I have to fix. And it's good, just fix. Take your time, fix. Yeah, this one is supposed to be like there. So the body is actually starting over there, right? And this one is kind of messed up also. So fuck this one. Let's just remove it. Let's fix it. You know, now we got like a better looking silhouette. Now we know where this thing is going to start and end. There we go. Better now. So apparently, judging from basically translating from the silhouette, that chest is not that puffy, not that crazily puffed. So it's kind of in the okay side, you know. It's just like bigger, and I can work with this. See, look at that. A lot, maybe a little bit straighter on here because, well, they're like slimmer, like slenderish stone, but you don't even have to define like a lot of things. You just need like to play around with some little information. Yeah. Now you play around with like small details that might or might not be used. I just love playing with small details that's unnecessary. There we go. Ooh, Harriman. This is like small details that you don't even need, but I mean, you have fun. It's your model. Now it's your drawing. Do crazy stuff. This guy also, I want to play around. Like this guy has like some. Not so much. I mean, all of his hair's already moving to his belly. Get in my belly. Nipples. Well, there you go. Zoom it out, and ladies and gentlemen, we have like a 3 silhouettes of like some maybe characters. Right? Definitely saw different kind of like styles and stuff, and it's You can consider them like as your regular kind of person, you know? You can only get better if you add more and more, but also when it comes to like designing characters, it will be harder for you to continue because the more silhouette that you have, the more choices that you need to be. And like there will be more and more things that you need to eliminate later, and you don't want that, like seriously. But yeah, that's what we have. Thank you, thank you. Well, not gonna lie, I'm not trying my best on this one. It's just like, well, we need to like shape out something, and I this is what I came up with. And I think all of these three archetypes they have like different way to show. Maybe later we play around with like some ladies, you know, because right now we got guys and just to spice things up. But again, this is like a gladiator game, supposed to be that, right? Back in the day, I mean, like maybe there's like some female gladiator. I don't know. I have to read more on that one, but as far as I can tell, it's like most of them is like dudes, like various type of dudes. And you know what's cool about this one, right? The shape is so generic. You can put whatever skin color in this thing, you know. So this guy can be like, well, white dude. They can be Asian. They can be, I don't know, some Indians or Eskimos, Mongolians, you know, like all things. That's why you need to set your base a little bit okay, because when I did the faces, it's not because like they look cartoony and I'm fine with it. And I'm fine with that. No. I mean like I did this because that's the most location of the face that can actually be applied to any kind of like face types. So try to do that when you like do your characters. It will be very easy for you later because character needs to define things and some characters needs to be agile enough, you know, so you can put things. All right, so let's see. Yep, bonus time. So I'm gonna play around with the dude in the middle. So I'm just going to create like a new layer for that before I end up this evening. I'm going to play around and do some modification on this guy. Exactly, your bonus time. So let's say this guy will have like some. Oh, I'm going to limit myself to the. There we go. So I'm gonna give him this kind of belt. Not the best colored belt in the world, but well, try my best in this one. Let's change my brush into this. Gonna go to my eraser and also change my eraser into some brush. This guy. Loose. Okay, I'm gonna unlock this one. See, that's like become crazy, but I can clean that up later. How cool is that? I mean, shit, now he got a goddamn loincloth. Maybe he have like some different stuff here, you know. I will give him like a goddamn chainmail while I'm at it. Yeah, chainmail shorts. I don't even know. I'm just like going crazy. Like I said, bonus time doesn't even have to be used later, but well, can create something out of this, then I'm more than happy. Look at this dude. So that already like some crazy stuff. Right now it's different. He's different. And when doing this kind of thing in 3D, well, it's yours, 3D modeler. We can do this. Gotta make like a little bit break up in here, so to make a symmetrical kind of stuff. So this dude's like a goth dude, or like some extra access to some leathers and straps and those kinds. Hmm. Look at that. Dude's already like menacing enough. Now, on top of this thing, I'm gonna play around with like some armors. Maybe make it asymmetrical so I don't even need that one. Yeah, so there we go. This guys, oh, look at this. That's a proper man. Oh, this guy may be like a Mongolian. Oh, hey, look at this. Look at you. Bless you. There we go. I think you get like a. That's one gladiator, right? So with that armor and that look, that's one out of like this dude. Generic, a little bit of like additional things later, then you can play around with whatever you want. So now you got like this menacing looking one. See? All right. So that's it, I guess, for today, right? I can safely send this drawing to be documented, but by Yoel. Not necessarily have to be good, man. Like, but we have that, and I gonna keep working on this. Maybe just draw things a little bit in the proper side, because right now it's just like lines all here and there, and there's a lot of like imperfections also, right? We see that. I have to fix this, I have to fix that. A lot of things that I need to fix. But I'm satisfied with this. So don't get too crazy. And you can build this thing to a model. Maybe it's Chris, if you want to pick this up as a challenge. Hey, you have it. You can always do a screenshot and like, ta-da! Oh, Priya, finished with this. One day. Nah. Now you need to stop making forklifts and shit, like, damn. This thing is out from your comfort zone.
It's a scorcher out
All
there,
right, cool.
as the summer is finally here. If you don't have an AC, better stick your head in the fridge, son. And if you're on the move,
Again, don't forget, for people who's watching this like a little bit later, maybe like not live, if you catch up to this, maybe you want to get your artworks like reviewed and maybe like discuss together, get some input from me and from anyone else, you feel free to join. I'll be like streaming regularly, hopefully like every Monday and Wednesday, so gonna try to make those happen. All right, so don't be shy, send it in. I will not go crazy about it, but we can like go through your artwork and discuss about it together. Last week, not last week, I mean by this week, I think we have Alex coming in with his model, his AC model that turns out to be a really good discussion. So I don't know, if you have something, send it in. Exactly. Thank you so much, Chris, because like I said, it's supposed to be easy, it's supposed to be simple enough, but when it comes to like you as a 3D artist, try to read things like information on like characters. You need to be able to be agile enough to work with. It can be wrong, I know it can be really hard also. Okay, you'll send me something. Yes, sir. Monday is your ammo crate, so make sure you make them documentation. Yep. Going to be discussing things about that also later when it comes to making characters. You need to start treating this character like any other models, Chris. You know, any other models. It's always about squares, cylinders. Just use your head when it comes to this. Should I start with a box or a cylinder for the arm, for the torso and everything? So just do that. References will kill you. It's only your own mind that can actually translate this. Just get to know the drawing. And then when you already see all those shapes in the drawing, you will have no problem at all modeling almost everything. You need to be better at that. No, I mean, like, if you try to do like maybe some perfect, human anatomy and stuff like that, that will be really hard. At least for me also, like, it's really hard. But when it comes to like simple stuff, read the overall shape. What I did right now today, start them with silhouettes. I don't even know what the end result going to look like, right? Not until I put things. It's only like a black shape, but that's it. Yeah, exactly. So you'll never know until you start doing it. Because the true strength of a modeler, like a 3D modeler, is actually the power of, memorizing shapes and putting them like in the right place. Yep. PS1 characters are good, but also, need to be mindful. And what you call it, the time is already like going also. You have your creativity in pocket, but to limit yourself within that bracket will be really good practice. Not to go too crazy, you still need to be able to achieve some stuff. Alright? But even though, like Joel said, like it's a joke or whatever, right? When it comes to like PS1 characters, they have like really great shapes. Simple silhouettes. They just like push it to the other way using textures, using, I don't know, movement and stuff like that. So yeah, play around with that. Don't go too stingy, but also don't go too lavish when it comes to like making 3D model. If you can use this as your challenge, really, I really want to see it. And not only Chris, like everyone. Like if you happen to be like a 3D modeler or like into making 3D characters, try. Each character is like kind of easy enough to maintain. Of course, this here is only like the beginning of our journey. Later on, this character will take any shapes. Of course, this character will have like a turnarounds. You can see like what this character is from the side. But it's always fun to be able to do this kind of character without any reference at all. One angles. Call it 1 angles a day challenge. So, should be good. All right. Thank you so much for everything. And I guess this is the time for me to start gaming for a little bit and then like tuck this one to bed. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for being here. All right. So don't forget to, follow along if you haven't. Subscribe. Do some of stuff. Well, I'm no YouTuber, Twitcher, or whatever you call it, but I'm gonna try my best to like keep my channel open so we can learn together, so we can actually be better together. Because, like I said, I'm nothing, but you guys are everything. So come in with your inputs and let's be better together. All right. Have a nice evening and have a nice weekend. I'll see you soon, maybe on Monday, hopefully, if time allows. All right. Cool. See y'all. Salam. Peace.